Hello, welcome to Road to a Five-Star Restaurant, a guide to restaurant owners in Arizona. We're going to use Yelp reviews to help you increase your reviews. We're concentrated on Arizona restaurants because we had the most data for Arizona. Here we see a distribution of restaurants, and as expected, most of them are in the Phoenix area, as is most of the Arizonan population. Here we see that the average review is a 3.7 and the mode is 4, so Yelp reviewers are generally pretty generous, but we don't see that many 5-star reviews. Let us help you get there. See that people check in about on average as we'd expect given the large preponderance of 4-star restaurants. We see the most check-ins for 4 stars, but there seem to be slightly less 1-star check-ins than there were 1-star restaurants. Maybe there's a little bit of shame. We see that with 5-star restaurants that we have more check-ins on Saturday and less on Sunday, whereas with non-5-star check-ins, there's still the most on Saturday, but not a big drop-off on Sunday. So perhaps if you're a 5-star restaurant, you could close on Sunday and still keep your ratings high. We can see the 5-star restaurant ratings by calendar month. Pretty average. They're looking at about 4.85, but we see 2 big dips in February and November. These are 2 big dining holidays of Valentine's Day and Thanksgiving. Perhaps long wait times and slower service might be decreasing ratings in those months. So if you want to keep your 5-star rating, then you're going to want to have extra service on those days, or maybe just close on Thanksgiving. We can see the top 10 restaurant categories with 5-star reviews, and those include fast food, Mexican, and sandwiches. Here we're looking at the 5-star restaurant categories versus the non-5-star restaurant categories. We can notice fast food restaurants show up in the non-5-star categories, but don't make a dent in the 5-star categories. And we can see that there are a lot of sandwiches both in the 5-star and non-5-star categories. Here we can see, when we look at the 5-star restaurants, we can see that we have a lot more hits with the Mexican restaurants and sandwiches. But when we look at 5-star restaurants, we can see there aren't that many for fast food. We can see some key words that we see in 5-star reviews. Those include salsa, taco, torta, and sundae. Here that helps us see that Mexican restaurants are doing well. When we look at non-5-star restaurants, there's not a huge word that jumps out. We have eat, grab, try. These all seem a little tentative. But you can tell that if you have a Mexican restaurant, you should make sure your salsa's fresh because that's really driving your review. Here we're reviewing the key word count, 5-star versus non-5-star. The red line indicates where anything on the left are words we'd see more with non-5-star reviews, and words on the right are more associated with 5-star reviews. 3 that really stand out to us are dog, love, and coffee. So if you're trying to become a 5-star restaurant, you should definitely have good coffee, make it a romantic setting, and be dog friendly. Here we can see some words that are in reviews, or these are attributes of restaurants that are in the Yelp dataset that on the right-hand side of the red line are more likely to be associated with 5 stars. So quiet noise level, no alcohol, and having a TV are good things to have, and having a full bar or having a noise level of average is less likely to give you a good review. All right, and in closing, we hope we've been able to help you on your road to getting a 5-star rating for your restaurant. As a small counterpoint, we did a little analysis looking at restaurant ratings and whether or not they still stayed open, and the findings were a little unclear, but it appears that there's not a large relationship between having a 5-star rating and staying in business. But it does appear better to have a 4.5 or 5-star rating than to have a very mediocre experience at 3 stars. So just Just a word of caution, but we hope that you are aiming for a 5-star or at least 4.5-star experience to keep your diners happy. Thank you again.